Hello everyone. Yesterday I filmed myself making green soup, which by the way was absolutely delicious, and I decided when I watched the film back that I wasn't going to mumble on this one. I tend to mumble, so I'm sorry about that. So today I'm going to show you exactly how to make a very easy beetroot and nut burger. And as with all my recipes, it doesn't have to be beetroot and nuts. It could be, well, it has to have nuts. All right, scrap that. But it doesn't have to be beetroot. It can be carrot if you really don't like beetroot. But it's an amazing resource. Beetroot's a fantastic vegetable. So I've started, as always, as you'll know by now, with coconut oil and an onion. So that's been just softening gently there. And then I'm going to add some grated carrot and some grated beetroot because they needed using. So that's how I generally cook, is I look at what needs eating and I make something from that, because there's nothing worse than throwing away good food and then going and buying different food. Well, nothing worse in my book anyway. So just going to let that cook a little bit because beetroot needs to cook down a bit. And I add curry powder to my recipe. You don't have to. I just think it's makes it really delicious, gives it a lovely flavour. But you can leave it out if you want. I leave the curry powder until things are cooked because it tends to absorb the fat. And therefore the coconut oil can't cook the vegetables. So just turn that up a bit. So I'll just leave that for a little bit there. And here I've got a bowl of nuts and seeds that I already ground. Now when we were on retreat last time, Fran did this in the food processor and it gave it a really nice texture. I don't have a food processor here because it's at work, so I just did it in the blender. But it's basically cashews, almonds, sesame seeds, sunflower seeds and pumpkin seeds. Again, use whatever nuts you have, whatever you like, it doesn't really matter. They could be walnuts or pecans. I would warn you against using only walnuts though, because they're a very intense flavour, but a few is great. In fact, why didn't I put some walnuts in? Damn. Okay, so, no time for regrets. So there's some curry powder going in. Of course, use whichever one you like. You like it really hot, or don't use it at all. It's completely up to you. And this is a great way of getting vegetables into kids, and we all need ways of getting vegetables into kids, because when they're done they kind of look like meat burgers because of the colour of the beetroot. And it's great for a paleo diet. I'm just going to season with some Himalayan salt. Yum yum yum. Okay, so that should be enough by now. So I'm going to add this mix to the nuts. And then I'm going to mix that through. So I've got somebody coming round later who I'm going to feed, so this will be perfect. And you can serve it instead of meat in place of a roast, so you could put it into one big tray and bake it, or you can fry it as burgers. You can basically do whatever you want, obviously. You could serve it with salad, vegetables, roast potatoes, gravy. So I was vegetarian for many years, so I used to use this as my Sunday dinner, and I still don't eat meat that often, so I would miles prefer to eat this than some meat, because I don't know where it comes from and I don't know what kind of life the animal had. I don't know what they fed it on, and you kind of know where you are with a beetroot, especially if you've grown it yourself. So to this mix I add one of the lovely eggs that we get free range from Middlewick when we're there, and that's just going to bind it and also add more protein and fat. As you might gather now, I I like to eat mainly protein, fat and plant food. That's great. That's coming up a lot. So what I'm going to do is put the heat back on here, add some coconut oil. Okay. And then what I'm going to do, because I don't use the oven very often, I'm going to form this mixture into little patties and gently fry them. And you can get it things crispy without having the fat too hot. You just fry it for longer. So you don't have to corrupt the nature of the fat. So that's starting to smoke a little. So that's too hot. But adding these will keep the temperature down. Right, now how am I going to turn off the video with my hands covered in this lot? Oops, should have thought about that. I'm guessing you don't want to have to watch me do all this. Anyway, you got the idea. So you form it into patties, fry it gently and slowly in coconut oil, and I promise you they are utterly delicious. Okay, I'm going to lick one of my fingers so I can turn off the video. Okay, thank you for watching. So there they are. It's not the most exciting salad, but I've got all that, what's it called? What do you call carrots? I've got all that carrot and beetroot in the burgers. So, and I just wanted a quick lunch. But you can add much more elaborate salads. You can put them with a roast dinner. You can do anything you like, and they are delicious. Okay, I hope you enjoy.